The Tennessee Titans 2025 schedule is out, and I'm taking a way too early look at what narrative storyline each game's going to produce. We're looking at tomorrow's headlines today, people. Here are the headlines for every game, preseason 2, that we'll be talking about this season. Preseason week 1 at Tampa Bay, Ward makes Titans debut, Callahan to demonstrate new look offense in Tampa. This is going to be the first time we see Cam Ward in an official Titans jersey. Exciting stuff. It's hard to say how much he'll play in this first one, but I'd imagine he'll at least get a series or two. This is going to be Brian Callahan's first chance to give us a proof of concept with his new quarterback. In preseason week 2 at Atlanta, Will Levis looks to stamp strong preseason stretch with start in Atlanta. I think this will be when the Levis narrative reaches a fever pitch. The Titans have already begun their Levis narrative campaign, and this game will be the final day of their joint practice training camp road trip. Expect a lot of Levis storylines by now, including the fact that Tampa Bay, their previous opponent, could be a perfect trade location for him before the season begins. Finally, in preseason week 3, hosting the Minnesota Vikings, Titan starters get final tune-up before brutal September. This will be the game we see the most from Cam Ward and the Titans starting offense, as it's their final chance to get some live reps before a tough beginning to the regular season. I expect this is going to be the preseason game that gives us the clearest picture of what the 2025 Titans offense really looks like. If you're part of the Tennessee faithful, you know just how many years the Titans have shaved off your life with the emotional roller coaster of sports. Or maybe the roller coaster of life is messing with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals. The new year is a blank space for you to write a new story. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. They are our incredible sponsor for this video. Regardless, if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human going through a hard time, therapy can give you the tools you need to approach your life in a very different way. That's where our sponsor, BetterHelp, comes into play. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit. BetterHelp's platform makes finding a therapist easier because it's online and remote. BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. Plus, with our link, you get 10% off your first month. Start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/ATOZsports and get 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. All right, regular season, here we go. Week 1 at the Denver Broncos. Brian Callahan, Titans offense, dealt impossible task in week 1. Ward's first real action against best defense in the league. Now, I've written at more length in the description below about how difficult an opener this is for the Titans offense, in my opinion. But put simply, I think it's going to be the best defense in the entire league versus the first overall pick in his rookie debut. If Ward looks anywhere close to good against this unit, I may be saying some irresponsible things about his future on Monday morning. Week 2, hosting the Los Angeles Rams in their home opener, Titans offensive line is key to defeating Stafford and McVay in home opener. This is another brutal draw for the Titans, this time in their home opener. The revamped Titans offensive line is the key to this one because they're tasked with protecting Cam Ward from the Rams' ferocious young defensive line. A fun quirk of the schedule here is that the Texans' shaky new offensive line faces the Rams in week 1, and then the Titans, at least on paper, improved offensive line gets them on week 2. That's going to provide a pretty nice baseline comparison to start the year between those two division rivals. Week 3, hosting the Indianapolis Colts, Titans' first divisional matchup may be their best chance to win one all year. The Titans have a brutal first 2 games of the year, but this first divisional matchup might be the easiest such game they play all season. Who's going to be the starting Colts quarterback at this point? Is it going to be Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones? We spent both Colts weeks last year debating who the starting quarterback combinations were going to be as well. I think, at least on the Colts side of things, that happens for the 3rd time in week 3. Week 4 on the road at the Houston Texans, Amy Adams-Strunk's annual grudge match comes early as Titans fight to stay alive in 2025. Now, everybody close to the Titans organization knows this game means more to controlling owner Amy Adams-Strunk. Her team is playing in her hometown and the franchise's former hometown, so of course it does. Last year, this was one of the Titans' measly 3 wins, and I think in this one, they might be looking to stay afloat as they could easily come into the game 1-2 or even 0-3. Week 5, they're on the road at the Arizona Cardinals. New look Cardinals defense presents latest test for Ward and the Titans offense. This is the first leg of the Titans' Western road trip, and they'll be facing a Cardinals defense that could be much improved in a hurry this season. Led by defensive head coach Jonathan Gannon, they've invested heavily on this side of the ball recently, including their first 2 picks of the 2025 draft class, defensive lineman Walter Nolan and cornerback Will Johnson. Week 6 at the Las Vegas Raiders, Titans aim to get back to 500 at the end of their Western road trip. I suspect by this point in the Titans season, they'll be around 2-4. September is brutal, and this 3-week road stint provides them with a chance to claw back into playoff contention in Cam Ward's rookie season. The Raiders are much improved with the additions of Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, and Ashton Genty, but they're also the easiest out of all of the AFC West teams. The Titans need to get it done against the Raiders. Week 7, hosting the New England Patriots. Amy Adams-Strunk, Brian Callahan set to host Mike Vrabel's first return to Nashville in a game that everybody has circled. What more is there to say about this matchup that the billing doesn't elicit? Mike Vrabel returns to Nashville looking to embarrass Amy Adams-Strunk by crushing Brian Callahan's Titans team. It's going to be the narrative matchup of the week. Everybody involved in this one is going to be a little more tight than usual. Week 8 on the road at the Indianapolis Colts in the afternoon window for some reason. Brian Callahan faces first no excuses matchup against the Daniel Jones Colts. I think this will be a game the Titans feel they must win. With the difficult Chargers coming up before their bye, this is the spot they need to steal a win before heading into their midseason break. I think by this point, the unfortunate reality for Anthony Richardson is that he'll either be unseated by Daniel Jones or injured. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but this is just playing the odds on this guy, man. And the Titans need to beat Daniel Jones, period. Week 9 versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Tennessee will try to play 2025 juggernaut as close as they have in recent years. In their last game before their bye, the Titans face a Chargers team that I predict will have a very different reputation by this point in the calendar. I think the second season of Harbaugh and Herbert is going to be kind of magical, and this will be an incredibly tough out for Tennessee. What's going in their favor is the fact that these two teams have met 3 times in the past 3 years, and it's always been a close one for some reason, even when they don't seem like super evenly matched teams on paper. Callahan and company will try to play them in a phone booth once again. In Week 10, they get their bye week, and in Week 11 versus the Houston Texans, post-bye Cam Ward has an opportunity to show out against the best quarterback in the division. Bye week narratives write themselves, right? Everybody heals up and is expected to improve, especially the rookies. History contains multitudes of first-year players who got something to click over the bye, and Titans fans will be hoping Cam Ward is amongst them as they host the Texans in their second meeting of the year after the break, and it's going to be Ward's chance to show out against C.J. Stroud nearly 3 months into his NFL career. Week 12 hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Cam or Sam? Which multiverse path would have made Titans more successful? Remember when Sam Darnold was the hottest free agent on the market this year? The Titans front office certainly will, and this is the matchup between top free agent and top draft option. At least narratively, I think it's going to be a telling battle. Week 13 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The top 2 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft finally face off. This one's going to be all about Cam Ward versus Travis Hunter. It's not common you see the top 2 picks in a draft class in the same division, and with Hunter's positional versatility, they may literally be facing each other for half of this one. How much offense versus defense will Hunter be playing at this point in the season? That's the question that most fascinates me. Week 14 at the Cleveland Browns. Ward versus Sanders is the imperfect quarterback matchup everybody can't stop talking about. I really think this is going to happen, and the only reason it doesn't get made into a primetime matchup is because of the high-quality games they'd have to flex out. But make no mistake, Ward versus Sanders will be the talk of the week. Shedeur will have earned their starting role in Cleveland by then, I think, and the 5th-round pick will be looking to embarrass the Titans for taking Ward first overall and not even considering him. Week 15 at the San Francisco 49ers. Cam Ward makes primetime debut as Titans at Niners are flexed into Sunday Night Football. I think this is where Cam Ward finally gets his primetime debut. The games on the schedule here have the potential to be really tough. Vikings at Cowboys and Dolphins at Steelers. Gross. I think the surging Titans with rookie Cam Ward hosting the playoff-bound 49ers will be the game that gets the nod over those two in Week 15. Week 16 hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Cam Ward hosts quarterback you can't help but compare him to. It's just impossible to refrain from thinking about Patrick Mahomes when you watch Cam Ward. The arm angles, the pocket movement, the awkward running where you don't seem fast, but you're always just faster than the guy you're having to outrun, and even the elite mental makeup all compare pretty favorably. It's a comp that's been uncomfortably, awkwardly made before, and it's probably going to continue to be made throughout the season, especially if Cam Ward looks good. And in week 16, we get to see him on the field together. Week 17 versus the New Orleans Saints. Titans and Ward set to prove once again they made the right choice hosting Saints and rookie Tyler Shuck. Another rookie QB battle. This time it's Cam Ward versus the quarterback 3 in this year's class, Tyler Shuck. It's impossible to know that he'll be the starter in New Orleans at this point with Spencer Rattler lurking in the wings. But if I had to bet, I think this is a rookie face-off that we get, especially since, Tyler Shuck is 26. It's time for him to produce in the NFL, especially where he was drafted. And finally, week 18 at the Jacksonville Jaguars, Cam Ward looks to finish rookie campaign strong in winnable week 18 matchup. Now, I'm just not sure if Cam Ward and the Titans will be playing in their final game of the year in Jacksonville. There's a non-zero chance in my mind that they're fighting for a playoff spot in this one, but the odds are stacked against them, and there's a good chance they're simply playing to spite a divisional foe and finish the year on a high note. Whatever the case may be, this will be an important one for Ward to look good in as they head into his second season in 2026. For A to Z Sports Nashville, I'm Easton Freeze.